Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another newscast of the Aurorian Age. It is May 28th, 2014, and we are eagerly awaiting the launch of this game. Of course, we've got to get through alpha and beta and then launch, supposedly August. But we're excited about it. And with me tonight, I have Liette.
Hello.
And I have Deuce.
Hello.
Deuce
And
spelled
I've
right.
got Dashivah. Deuce spelled right, by the way.
No, it's not. It's Deuce.
Ah, well.
That's how I
We'll
had
get
it.
it right
That's how
next
I had
time.
it last week.
Um,
Oh my
last week we talked about the game and just some of the exciting things that we saw in the game and we're experiencing in the game. And this week we're going to kind of circle in on a couple topics, talk in length about a couple topics that are interesting to everybody. Now keep in mind this is alpha. Everything can and will change. So don't take us for verse on this. This is how we know it as it stands right now. So first thing we want to talk about tonight is the size of the world. Liette, when you first entered this world and started walking around, what was your first impressions? How did the world feel to you on a scale?
Oh, really, really big. I started as an elf, and they're in the Gwynedd Forest, and I might be mispronouncing that entirely.
I know I
But
do.
well, thanks. I'll join that club. And just moving from quest area to quest area and learning the zone, you get a feel for just how massive and in-depth the game is, because it's huge. It literally takes time to travel across even the newbie zone and get from place to place. And I tell you what, when your character first starts, you're slow. You're very slow. So I was very pleased to get my elk / reindeer. I call it a reindeer. But yeah, it's beautiful on top of that as well. You're immediately hit with just how much work they put into the landscape, into the graphics, down to each blade of grass is beautifully rendered. So I was wowed.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that until you're hauling a trade pack from one end of the world to the other or your continent, you cannot appreciate the scope of the world. I remember when Dash, he said, okay, let's do a trade pack run. I'm like, all right, let's do a trade pack run. Thinking to myself, what's a trade pack run? And we strapped on these trade packs. And Dash, it was almost like crawling at baby speed, wasn't it?
Well, it is like crawling. They might as well show your character just crawling on the ground, right? Because that's how you feel, and you're just like, well, I better watch a movie while I'm doing this or something.
Yeah.
Got Netflix up on my second screen while I do my trade pack run. But I know you're moving at a slow pace, but then you know how big the world is and how far you have to travel, and then you look at that, you're like, oh my goodness, this world is way too big.
And sorry, it was Deuce, not Dash, two D's. But I remember when he got me involved in my first trade pack run, it was like, oh, what are we doing here?
Well, one thing I noticed about the size of the world, and I was confused until I actually started going to the other continent, because at level 30, you start running into a lot of enemy in our contested zones. Well, what it is at level 30, they have a portal that sends them to our continent to quest, and at level 40, we get a portal that sends us to their continent to quest. So 30 to 40 is on our continent when you're questing and stuff, and it's all contested, and 40 to 50 is on their continent. So, I mean, depending on which side you're playing on, that's what ranges you're actually going to be in the enemy territory.
And that is
no
interesting.
doubt.
Yeah, I got ganked a bunch of times today out in Cinderstone. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I bet
I
that
felt
went
lucky.
over well.
Well, I tried to hit him back. I got a few hits in. I said some angry things, not to them, but generally to myself. And yeah, darn.
Yeah, we have those mature channels for PvP on purpose.
Oh, yeah, we do.
I need it.
Well, Liette didn't have a harpoon, so
Yeah, they need to be able to carry around a harpoon.
Seriously. Or a cannon. I'd be cool with either or. Just something that makes a big booming noise, hits things real hard. Ha.
Ah, you still owe me cannonballs.
From Trade Pack Tuesday.
I give you back the cannonballs.
Sure. You know,
Look, so what if I hoard a few cannonballs? Okay, just don't judge me.
But the world itself definitely warrants travel systems. I mean, we've seen the blimp. I remember the first time, and I mentioned this last video, the blimp coming over the mountain, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, it was incredible just watching it come over the mountain. Of course, I didn't realize it was transportation at first. I was wondering if I was going to be bombed by something. But, you know, we've got the blimp, we've got the little steam wagons that roll back and forth. So there are definitely some in-game travel systems in the game, which come in handy when you're trade packing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But I know the most exciting travel system is the one everybody's talking about, and it's not a taxi service. It's obviously the boats, and there are many different types of boats. And Shez, my chief, would say in the Navy, they're not boats, they're ships, and he's correct. They're definitely some really neat ships. I recently did a video, and not really happy with it too much, but I did a video on the construction of a loot song junk, and it's really an involved process. And as it stands now, you need 100 Nui tiers to go to Mirage Isle and purchase a loot song junk, or the blueprints for a loot song junk. So I know when you're walking around, you find some here and there, and thankfully some enterprising people came up with some guides. I think it was me and Mad Cow that were, you literally need to be like 25 or 30 to get to some of these, because I know it's like me and Mad Cow were having to use the glider with the boost and all this other stuff to get there. But it's really, if you're diligent, you can do it. And of course, you can get fishing you can get Nui tiers through fishing also, correct, Deuce?
That's correct. Out of the boxes that you fish up.
Yeah, so there are other ways to get Nui tiers. There's dailies that you can do to get Nui tiers. Now, one of the rumors we are hearing is that Nui tiers may be taken out of the game, and it's going to be replaced with Gilda stars. We haven't confirmed that yet, so don't take that for book and verse or anything, but that's the current rumor coming down the rumor mill, is that they're going to be taken out and replaced with Gilda stars eventually.
You know, the thing about the taking out of Nui tiers and replaced with Gilda stars, that actually benefits guilds our size and stuff, because of the massive trade runs that we're able to do against the people with the smaller, the 50 and less, that will have issues getting them across the sea and stuff.
Absolutely. It's going to hurt the smaller guilds if they do take it out. And I mean, that's depending if you're in a small guild or a large guild, that's good or bad. I thought it was a really neat currency system, so to speak. It was a way for any player to go out and be able to earn stuff. But, you know, from a guild point of view, bring on the Guild stars. I'm all for it.
Definitely. And with the size trade pack runs that we've been doing, we'll be okay. How many was it? Just earlier this week, 31 online? It was a lot.
There was 33 in the group, and I believe his trade-in got 60 plus Gilda stars. Went
Very
to
cool.
Arlia.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just a little side note here, forgive us for the little staggering on Twitch, or Skype, Twitch, whatever you want to call it. We're not sure what's causing it, but if you see us freeze for a second, promise we're not going anywhere, hopefully. Never know on Twitch nowadays. So, the first boat. Liette, how did you like your rowboat?
Oh, I used it all of 30 seconds, then I hopped out of it and swam where I needed to go. No offense to the rowboat, but guys.
That one really is a boat.
That one is a boat. We won't call that a ship.
I don't know. That's a bunch of planks strung together, and you say a little prayer. No. Nope. Had horrible luck with it. My character sitting there rowing away, and trying to turn it. Not happening. So, like I said, 30 seconds and I was done. That, and I'm pretty spoiled by the clippers.
No doubt.
I don't even
Dad-
I don't have any boats yet, so
No boats.
I just
What
got my
race?
donkey.
Ah, the
I just got
donkey.
my donkey. So I haven't tried him in the water yet, but I'm sure he's not that well in the water.
Actually, the donkeys
He
move
works
at the
better
same
than the
speed.
rowboat.
Yeah, he's actually faster than the rowboat on the water.
Why
Yeah.
You got this,
Yeah,
you got this
this-
person rowing and there's his donkey
I
just
see
like,
this donkey just coming on by.
Nobody would blame me, man. We get it.
I should stand on my donkey like I'm surfing on it or something. Or like a jet ski.
Can anybody think of a practical use for a rowboat? I mean, I can't
Embargo?
think of one off the top of my head.
They're
mean, are-
long enough that you could have a long strand of people in their rowboats to try to block others, but that's about all I got.
Are they normal speed with a trade pack on them? Has anybody tried
I mean-
rowing with a trade pack?
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
a trade pack on it, but the boat's so slow in the first place. I don't know if I was slowed down by the trade pack or not.
You're
kinda
just
sad.
like,
Of course,
you know, this is just
of course-
slow anyway.
yeah, I got jellyfish 8 on that little run though too. So
Oh, good
Yeah.
suggestion
Oh, there you
from
go. The
Adelard
romantic-
chat.
romantic.
Romantic evenings.
Ah, very good, Adeller.
We should just have some candles on there.
Well, it kind of does. It's got a lantern.
Sing some Little Mermaid. Oh, wow, sha la 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 la. Yeah, you guys all know the scene I'm talking about.
No, I don't. I will never claim to know the song you're talking about.
You know, no, you do though. You
Oh,
do. You do. Kiss the
everybody knows
girl.
Disney. Come on.
Yeah.
isn't that from Lion King?
Yeah, miss the guy drinking out of the Disney cup over there. Yeah.
Okay, so your next boat, and this one isn't hard to get. It's kind of a 50-50. You can get a fast mount or you can get a clipper for 30 Nui tiers, and there's currently 2 types of clippers. One of the clippers has a harpoon on it, and the other one has a cannon on it. That's correct, right, Deuce?
Yes.
All right. We started out for clippers. Let me tell you something. That was pretty cool. Then we gave Liette the harpoon gun, and that was even cooler. But we really should get a video of that. But so the harpoon gun, or the harpoon on the front of the clipper, is traditionally used for I guess you could say it's like a snare almost. It's to pull in, so to speak, another boat, slow it down, catch up with it, board it, take it over, sink it.
Drag yourself across land.
Yeah, we've seen people drag the boats across land.
I'm so confused about that.
It's about as fast as a trade pack.
Yeah, I just what okay.
we learned the hard way what happens when somebody gets on your harpoon that you don't want on the harpoon. That was interesting, as our boat got pulled underwater, then rocketed out of the water like a rocket ship way up in the air and came crashing back down.
I missed that. Uh-oh. Okay.
See, but isn't it like cool gameplay? Like you would think in real life, like you got to have someone guarding the harpoon, right? Or someone else is going to take over your harpoon. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you
it's
just let me hang out on the harpoon. Everything's good. Make sure Liette's on the harpoon. Things are fine.
And
I
we
will shoot it
definitely
for
do
you.
now. There's no 2 ways around it. First thing we do is like, man the harpoon. Man the harpoon before you man the wheel. Get on the harpoon. We don't want to go airborne. It was funny because Deuce had just said, don't let him get on the harpoon. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, what harm could it be? Yeah. That was interesting.
Well, the funny thing about that is when you're flying through the air or diving underneath water, you cannot get off the boat. You are stuck to it.
That's
So it's
kind
not
of
like you're
sweet,
going
actually.
flying.
I gotta try that.
It's like a roller coaster ride.
Exactly. I'm totally trying that. Voluntarily,
All right, so the clipper runs, like I said, about 30, right at 30 nuitiers for the blueprint. The resources for it, 3 of each or 2 of each?
Do what? I'm sorry.
For the
the
Clipper,
Clipper.
3 of each or 2 of each, pack-wise?
I want to say 2, but I could be wrong. It's either 2 or 3. You're correct. I'm sorry. I'm not a very good technical expert tonight. I'm failing.
Lies. So after the Clipper, the next thing, if you're in a guild, I can't see any other reason unless you're in a guild or alliance is what they're calling cutters. Now we have the Western style cutter that looks like some of your old galleons that you've seen or heard of in the movies or read about in books, and then you have the one I chose, which was the Loot Song Junk, which has they come with harpoon guns, and both of them do, mind you, and air tanks so you can hold your breath a little longer underwater, or compass so you can see other ships. It's really neat. But something like this, excuse me, something like this definitely takes a mass effort. I mean, one person can do it. Don't get me wrong. At least right now, I collected all the Nui tiers for it, so one person can do it. But it takes a long time, and it's expensive. If you go mine your own, it takes 5 packs of iron, which is 300 iron nodes, 5 packs of lumber, which is obviously, or 500 logs, 500 iron nodes, sorry, and 5 packs of fabric, which is cotton, 500 cotton. No, more than that, 1,500.
It's 8.
300 a pack.
It's 8 per pack, but yeah, it's just an enormous thing, and without a guild effort, it's just not going to happen to the average person.
No, it would have taken forever to grow mine or what have you. Some stuff you can buy on the auction house. But what I didn't know about, and I mentioned it in my video, what I didn't know about was the hidden 10 gold fee to set up the dock. And well, Memo warned me about it right before I did it. And I'm glad he did, because I'm sitting there researching on the internet and I'm looking all around like, I don't see nothing about a 10 gold charge. I asked Deuce. Deuce said, no, it doesn't say nothing about it. Of course, nobody's online at the time that has built a boat, so I had nobody to ask. And sure enough, when I put down that first 100 lumber to build the dock, it zapped me for 10 gold. I was like, well, surprise. Liette, do you have 10 gold yet? How hard was it for you to earn 10 gold?
I think total I've gotten near 40, but I spent it on things, and yeah, it takes a really long time in game. And I'd been really, really, really cheap, so I hadn't been spending money on stuff. And yeah, gold is a very hot commodity and hard to come by. So
It is. And if you get a niche and you start selling something, maybe you make a lot of gold. But if you're out adventuring and doing a lot of stuff, you don't make a lot of gold.
yeah.
So I was glad to have the forewarning on that. And, once again, Deuce to the rescue. He comes up and we're getting people together and he logs in TeamSpeak. Boy, he organized that right away. Tell you what, man. we had about 6 or 7 guildies up there, and we got together and did there's a specific order you have to do it in, and it was really neat to see that boat just launch for the first time. And then we brought it up, and all of a sudden everybody, including non-guildies, boarded it, so we had to desummon it in like 5 seconds. I was like, no, get off my boat.
But how cool was it when we were having a dance party on the boat? Now we have this big old ship, and we have some naked guy making music on our ship.
I'm okay with this. That was pretty fun.
It was pretty
Dancing
like
on the wheel.
like, what other game are you doing this in, right? You're throwing people off the plank, trying to get up the ship, people getting annoyed because of the stupid plank that
Oh. So
How about Taylor on that drum too? Taylor was having a ball beating that drum.
Oh, he was beating the hell out of that thing, man.
the drum. Everyone's on cannons and stuff. It's like, what other game are you in where people are getting on the ship, one person's navigating, one person's sailing the ship, one person's on the, or 8 people are on the cannons, someone's beating a drum.
Yep, and just like Mead just said, we touched on it earlier, make sure you read the order of the resources you're supposed to put in there. Because we did mess up the order a little bit, and 5 people had to stand around with packs on while we got the rest of the stuff there. All right, so you've got a few clippers. You're this organization or guild or whatever you want to call it, pirate band, whatever your fancy is. So you've got your rowboats, you've got your clippers, now you've got a few cutters. Now you want to make some money. So Deuce, what do we need next to make money?
Well, what do we need next? We need
What
a trade
type of
ship.
Yep,
The
merchant
trade
ship.
ship.
Tell us about it.
Okay, the merchant ship is kind of unique in the fact that it carries 20 trade packs in the deck of the ship. Now, there's an advantage and a disadvantage to this. One, the advantage is that only people in your raid can add them or take them out. The bad thing is you cannot despawn your ship while you have trade packs in the hull of the ship. So there's no quick despawn, go avoid getting your ship sunk.
Nope.
But 20 at a time plus what you can carry on your back, you can easily with a small little fleet going, you could easily move 50 trade packs quickly in this game.
Very quickly. Very quickly. One merchant ship, 20 people on it, have a few galleons protecting. And the cutters have 4 trade pack slots themselves that you can put trade packs in. So, I mean, you get yourself a little fleet going and you're moving some trade packs pretty daggone quick. So now, the last ship, and I haven't ever seen one of these, and there was a picture of one, somebody saw one, is the Black Pearl. Now, I know almost nothing about this besides you've got to get, is it sail material or something?
There's 75, I think they're called broken or burnt parchment that you have to combine for just the recipe for the Black Pearl. I don't know where they come from. I just saw them in the auction house for like 75 gold. I haven't looked too far into that. But yeah, it seems very outrageous to be able to put a Black Pearl on the seas. Which,
and
by
there
the
is
way,
one.
Yeah, and it's probably one of the guilds trying to get their own faction, because that's one of the requirements to make your own faction is to own a Black Pearl.
Nice. It's I haven't seen one yet. I don't know what the advantages and disadvantages of it is. I couldn't tell you if it has more cannons, less cannons. I think it's supposed to be just as fast as a clipper though, huh?
Yeah, like I said, Black Pearl, not my forte, sorry. I'll have to do some more research and get back to everybody on that one.
Maybe we can do a whole cast on the Black Pearl, borrow somebody's. Tell them they can slaughter us tell them they can slaughter us when we're done casting. Not.
Did you say not?
Yes.
I was saying, geez, dude.
We don't go down without a fight.
That's right.
That's why we have cannons.
All right.
We have cannons.
The second thing that interested me about this game when I first saw it was the gliders.
Oh yes, love the gliders.
Absolutely a fun way to travel. A really, really sharp learning curve, though. No pun intended.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, the first time I ever got on a glider, it was on like day 1 of alpha release for the founder packs, and I was like, ooh, a glider, and I jumped on it, and I'm like, ooh, I can't turn, I don't know what I'm doing, and I actually sailed into enemy territory and got nuked by some level 50s flying through. I'm like, really? I'm only like 12 or 13.
Hey, Chad, is that thunder over by you?
Yes, it is really it is really popping over here.
Was.
So if I go away, I'm going away. Just continue without me. It is really popping. Not good when you've got headphones plugged into your ears. See me light up with a Christmas tree, you'll know what happened.
Okay.
Oh,
I waited all day to rain. Won't get into that. I had to actually cancel my helper today, which means I didn't go out and work today, which means I didn't make money and have a lot of angry customers because I thought it was going to rain and it didn't. But we won't get into that. More cheerful things. Gliders.
Also, the other thing about gliders is Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
No, no.
Um, you get 2 free gliders in this game. You get one for questing. It comes around level 12, depends on how fast you level. And the other one you get at 25. Now, the cool thing about the when you get it for your first quest is it's upgradable, and upgradable cheap if you go to Mirage Island. So it actually becomes equivalent to the level 25 one that's given to you, but you get like nitro boost at level 20 instead of level 30. So it has its advantages early if you want to spend, I think it's about a gold and a half to upgrade it all the way.
I know you need that nitro boost to get some of those newy tiers. It just couldn't get to them without it. You had to have that boost. Not to mention it's just cool when you're going like this and you boost and it goes boom, which is always cool. But they also have bombs on them, and they have gunfire of some sort on them.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
I think it's like rain barrows or something like that.
Were we able to upload that video, Dash? That little short glider one I did?
I could not get that video.
Ah, bummer.
Yeah,
oh well.
sorry.
Next time.
Yep.
Oh, something else the gliders bring into is true 3D combat action. Because, like, you may be out questing in a PvP area, and all of a sudden, in drops in like 5 or 6 people on their gliders, and you didn't even see them because you weren't looking up, for example. So you truly have to be on a swivel when you're out in contested areas and stuff, and looking up to make sure that they don't come in from above.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How does the level 25 compare to the Glass Phoenix that comes with the $99 pack?
I haven't heard anything about the Glass Phoenix, except it looks really cool.
That's about the same here. I haven't heard any specifics about it either yet.
Any of the stuff from the packs yet.
Mm-mm. And I don't think they've released the stats on it yet, to my knowledge.
Yeah. The only thing it says when you hover over it on the founders page is it has wings of flame. So
maybe it has a flame animation.
That would be really cool.
Yep.
Yes, it would.
That would be cool.
Maybe that's not the glider to use when you're trying to be stealthy.
Oh, the other thing about
barrel roll.
The Glass Phoenix also is account bound, not so every time you make a new character, you will get a new Glass Phoenix. It's not like you only get it once and it's done.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool.
That's nice.
Hey, Bull, how's it going? Yeah, barrel roll. It does have a barrel roll, so I guess that means you're going to do a barrel roll. Which is cool, just something else for me to try to steer with.
Yeah.
First time I got on a glider, I'm trying to make it go left or right, and it's just not doing it. It's just smack into the side of the mountain, and down I go. Not to mention that don't hit R when you're up in the air on a glider. Just you're gonna do it once. I promise. Everybody has. You're going to hit R. Somehow, some way, you're going to hit R.
Yeah.
And when you do it, you're going to plummet like a freaking rock.
But I think it's a lot cooler than it may look. I mean, you're just thinking, oh, it's not a flying mount, it's just gliding or whatever. That's what I first thought. When I first saw ArcheAge, maybe when they showed the gliders like a year ago or so, I'm like, oh, who the heck cares about a glider? But until you're like in this world, and you're flying around on the glider, you don't realize how cool it is, like as a means of travel.
Well, it allows you to get over those hills and mountains and walls. So instead of going 10 minutes around this mountain, you just jump on your glider, hit your turbo boost, and up and over you go. Or even if you don't go over, you get on top of it, and then you jump off of it the other side.
Yeah,
we've seen. Go ahead.
One thing that needs to be practiced early is the artful jumping off a high cliff and popping at a low level. So Halo, pretty much. And too high, you're going to be circling in the air forever. So, it's the artful Halo
That was
jump.
close. Surprised the power didn't dim on that one. You doing all right over there? No, I got my boy over here beside me. He ain't bolted out the door yet.
By the end of this cast, they're gonna be holding each other.
Now these things really have advantages in combat. I wasn't on the clipper that got attacked by a bunch of gliders, but apparently one of our first forays out into the open sea on our first clipper.
Why you gonna bring that up, Steel? That was horrible. We had that clipper.
Last 5 minutes.
We had that clipper for 5 minutes, and it was destroyed. It was me, Dirt Dog, and Arthrodon on the ship. You know, we were still really small because it was early days of Alpha and stuff, and we're like, "Ooh, let's go take this out." It's the fastest ship, and what we didn't know was ships don't render very well if you don't run radar. So all of a sudden, we had a huge ship up next to us, and I'm sticking to this story. There was at least 50 jumped over on gliders and just stomped us.
I heard
it's probably
no.
it was probably like 3 or 4. But
The whole server jumped on our ship.
I tell you, it was scary. That was like my first sea death, and I like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know, and all of a sudden, boop, dead.
And you expected them to hit you with cannons, but that's not what happened.
No, they all jumped over on gliders, and I tell you, the bigger ships have an anti-glider defense on it and stuff, so that helps. But you just really have to have people on your ships that have range, and if nothing else, shoot an arrow at them. You do 1 point of damage on them, it drops their glider.
I didn't know that.
That's all.
That's what the barrel rolls for.
That must be what the
harpoon
barrel
gun.
rolls.
Yeah.
Or the harpoon
Oh, you think
gun.
you're shoot me? I remember I don't know if anybody played Halo. This random reference, but like you always knew when someone was gonna shoot the rocket at you, and so right before the rocket got to you, you do a little barrel roll on your little what was the flying thing? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Steel.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Me and my son played many rounds of Halo.
Yeah, and so maybe that's what you could use the barrel roll for. They're gonna try to shoot you down or something, and then you just do a little barrel roll. Didn't shoot me down.
Yep.
Ship boarded.
That's right, me. Tab, shoot, tab, shoot, tab, shoot, tab, shoot. I love tab target games. Sorry, anti-tab target people. I love tab target, but we won't get into that.
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
Another day, definitely. So we got a couple more modes of player transportation.
We're still not done.
No, we're not even done with the transportation yet.
Shoot, no.
Time just flies.
Have you seen the submarines?
They're pretty neat looking.
Kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen them in action or anything, and I have a bad feeling once I get in one, I'm going to get real claustrophobic real fast. But they look pretty cool.
You don't get on them, you ride them. They're like
Yeah.
giant fish
It's
with
like a giant-
saddles.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
yeah. I was expecting like some submarine, like you're inside something and you just nope, you're like on top of it going through the water. It's like it's kind of weird.
Now,
I know people have asked me, Deuce,
Go
are you
ahead.
50,000 alchemy yet so we can make a submarine? No, I'm not 50,000 alchemy yet.
So is it
But-
possible? I mean, can we actually make one? Are they in the game?
Yeah, they're in the game.
I'll be darned. Because well, supposedly you can
You just
click on
haven't
one
seen
and
them
try
because they're
it
on the
out, but it won't let me try it out.
Yeah, that's one of those that if there is one in the water, people go and tend to hide them. Because on Mirage Island, most things are, you can try it out while you're there. But players will be players, and off it goes, and they don't put it back, and so nobody else gets to try it.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you'll see a boat there, and you're like, ah, cool. And I forgot to talk about the party barge. Another day. Every once in a while, you'll see a boat there, and it's like neat. But you're right. All those boats, they're all over the place. And rest assured, you can try out any boat that's for sale in Mirage Isle. You've just got to find it. And there's no telling where it's going to be.
Hey, Steel, remember that time you just go, let's get on this boat? And I'll tell you, I don't know if it was my bad driving or what, but We sank and then popped out of the water, and it wasn't because of a harpoon. I don't know what I was doing.
Good job.
Good job.
No
Whatever you
clue.
did.
You know, every story Deuce has about riding on a ship ends with the boat sinking.
It's up in the water.
Yeah, really.
What?
Have bad luck on a boat.
Hey,
I'm
you
not
laugh,
going on a
but
cruise on you. I'm not going to go on a cruise with you.
you laugh, but I am the pilot of the loot junk, so you
Oh,
better
yeah.
hope I don't sink that one.
I know.
And we learned that thankfully through somebody else's pain and suffering. You don't want to be on the boat and pilot it. You don't want to do that.
That is true. Because first person targeted is the person piloting the boat. Because if that person's dead, they can't despawn the boat.
Yep. So you don't. If it's your boat, get somebody else pilot it. Just don't let Caitlin do it. Love you, Caitlin.
Well, she might stay on a little better. That last trade run, poor gal, how many times did she fall off the boat? At least 3. And then another thing, if you're trying to get up the side of a boat and they're friendly to you, stay in the middle of the ladder, because if you're off, you're going to get to the top of that thing, and then you're going to crack your head, and then you're going to fall off again, twice. So it doesn't take putting down the plank, just climb up the ladder in the middle. Do me a favor, do it.
Yep.
Things we learn. But the planks too on the boats are really, really fun. I think it's pretty neat. You can't get on my boat. Flip. Okay.
Smack.
All on Spearbex.
Goodbye, Deuce.
Bye, Deuce. So, anyway, I was on Mirage Isle and I saw something else on there. Do you know they actually have cars you can drive?
Yeah, I saw those. They're pretty cool. I've seen a couple of people going around the track around the island and gone, oh, that's nifty. I wonder if they bought a car. And now they're just using the track. That's kind of like NASCAR. Go team. And I'm guessing they were trying it out, but it's pretty darn neat looking. And they're fast.
Yeah, it was fun. You got on there and you got to put around a little bit. Everybody could drive one. I think me, Mad Cow, and I can't remember who was with us. We took all 3 of them from the Nuian side and drove around the course to the other side. They do have a time limit on them. They will explode.
It'll explode. Do you die when they explode?
No, not at all. Not at all. You don't die when you drive them off the cliff like I did and wound up upside down. but
Good job.
They do explode. When they reach their time limit, they go boom, and you're done. It's like, okay, somebody else's turn.
It's like the James Bond car or something. That's like,
yeah, pretty
this message
much.
will stop. No, or that not James Bond. Mission Impossible. There you go.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
Heat
things that
too.
go boom in this game.
Everything just explodes.
But,
Between the cannons
actually,
and now the
alchemy thing.
cars. It's funny.
Yeah, there's an alchemy potion you do, which actually is like radiator fluid for the cars, so it doesn't overheat.
Now with these
Deuce,
cars,
you were sneaky because on the camera I can't tell that you're back.
Oh, what is it,
back,
frozen?
Deuce. Yeah,
Well, is it frozen for you guys?
Yes.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
frozen for me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, I had to take care of Grandma.
That's all right.
Oh no worries.
Family first, always. Now these cars, you can buy them for what is it, 1,000 Gilda stars?
Oh gosh, I didn't look at the pricing yet. Probably don't want to know.
I know.
But
I didn't. Look
and
because I
don't
can't afford it.
quote me on that, but that's not permanent, is it? That's
No.
only for like 5 days.
Yeah, it's crazy short. It's for somebody that's showing off. That's it.
I think of a whole heck of better ways to use my Gilda stars. That's for sure.
Well, first of all, if nothing else, just buy patterns and put them on the auction house for gold,
Yeah, no doubt.
because
That's-
all the patterns are tradable.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
have thought of
that's
that
true.
either.
That's true.
Yeah, because right now we see your chair. Nice chair.
Hello, chair. Nice. It is a nice chair. A lot better than mine that's falling apart nowadays.
Just want to get rid of that thing. We've talked about your chair how
I
many
am
years
not
now?
getting rid of my Captain Kirk chair.
Hey,
It-
I'm still jealous of our Leah's chair.
Yes.
I want a lazy
Yes.
boy.
that does sound
So-
good.
You're starting out. You're at about level 6 or 7 now. What was your first mount, Liette? What was the first mount you had?
The reindeer. And August is saying we don't have sound, so I don't know if you need to check that, Dash.
We don't have sound.
Uh-huh.
Test,
What?
test.
Well, no, they're not gonna be able to
Okay,
respond to that. Yeah.
Thanks, August.
Okay.
Yeah, but first mount for an elf is the elk, which I still say it's a reindeer. Sorry. You can choose from 3 different ones: a green one, a violet one, or a white one. And I agree with you. The color, I don't know. I wouldn't go for a green one, and I don't like purple very much, so I got the white one, and it worked out really well. And you first have to raise it. You can't just get it and it's immediately, bam, ready to go. You get this cute little baby reindeer, and you have to feed it what's called a Vita seed, which you buy from the stable hand. And that's a plant you actually grow, hang out, wait on. It's something like 40 seconds, no big deal. And you harvest it, then you feed it to the little baby reindeer, and then you dance for the reindeer, and you give it water and all that good stuff. I like the smiley face. That's pretty sweet. There you go, Deuce.
It's okay.
I don't
Just-
know what's up with my camera.
It's okay. Just leave it.
Yeah.
Just leave it like that, or else it's gonna move everybody.
But please know
Awesome.
Deuce is here. He's just not.
He's just really happy
It's just
right
not
now.
here.
Oh, so
Yes, it
Q.
can be killed in PvP.
I will tell
Yes.
you what. I'm a nasty PvPer. I target mounts first.
That's mean. You shouldn't pick on the reindeer. Whatever do you? Jeez.
Well, actually, if you're on the northern continent, it makes perfect sense to target a mount first because they have to have a pet potion to res it. So if they don't have any on them, they're not going to rush back to the fight real quick. It actually in PvP on the northern continent, it makes perfect sense to target a mount. 1,
Plus-
it costs your opponent money. 2, it slows them down.
Yeah, exactly. Because now they can't rush back into the fight, because, your mount's dead. So they either have to glide in, which makes them very easy to see coming, or they have to stealth in, which makes them very slow.
Yep. Now you can despawn your mount in the middle of combat.
yes.
You can do it, and this if you're getting attacked and you think even for a second you're not going to survive this. Yeah, I would despawn my mount in a heartbeat because it doesn't do any good to try to run away on a mount in PvP. Gliders, if you get a good enough jump, you can get out of there pretty good. Of course, one of the battle rages will yank you back real quick if you're not fast enough. I know I relish being able to yank a glider back to me when somebody's trying to run. I really do.
Thanks,
But
Norbert,
yeah.
for the follow.
The mounts can be killed, definitely. The Nuian mount is the horse, and as you've seen those running around is it Firians, the cat people? Is that right?
I think so.
I know I'm pronouncing that wrong.
That's okay. I don't even know they have a name.
Aurorian.
Yeah,
Firian.
they get it's kind of a snow tiger mount, something like that. It's a cat
Oh
mount.
yeah, I've seen that one. That
And then I'm not sure about the other human race, Asian race. I'm not sure what type of mount they get. No, not sure.
I mean, we'll
I've-
find out in beta when we go over and play that side in beta.
Well, I played one for a while. I just can't remember what type of mount she got now.
I know this in beta. I got to be a cat person. Have you seen them sprint? They
Oh
get
yeah,
on
all fours, man.
and run like
it's awesome.
run like an animal.
Absolutely, it's really
Yeah.
cool.
Don't know
So-
if I can do it. They're a little scary looking for me.
Yeah.
Well, you can
Every
do
single
the
one
little-
of them males, except for one, have dreadlocks, and the one that doesn't have dreadlocks gets a mohawk.
They get a dragon.
It's not really a dragon. It looks like
Said
a
it's a dragon.
well, it's not really a dragon. Trust me.
Is it like a horse with like scales or something?
No, it's more like a
Lizard.
kangaroo with a oriental dragon head. You know, it's on two legs. You've seen
a
it.
kangaroo
You've seen one
with
of
a
them.
dragon.
You've seen one of them run by
No.
before. I'm sure you have.
I want to Google kangaroo with a dragon head.
There you go. Yeah. That's it, Barry.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
All right, so the other mount in the game, and you really want one of these. If you want to make your trade pack, if you do trade packs and you want to make your trade pack runs
Oh, I
a lot more bearable,
sorry.
Donkey.
I
then
see
you're
it now.
going to want a donkey.
Slim.
I
You're
named
right.
I love my
Fluffy.
donkey.
It's a cute little fluffy donkey.
I don't know about fluffy, but it's a donkey. At least that brings you back up to like almost running speed for a tune when you've got a pack on it. It's a heck of a lot faster than walking with a pack on.
Okay,
Yeah.
Especially
then-
feed it some carrots at level 20.
Yep, level 20 you get to feed it carrots. So you know the old cartoons and the old adage where they dangled the carrot out in front of the donkey? Yeah, it goes a lot faster when you have carrots in your hat.
Okay, 1 second. I found the mount.
All right.
I don't know if it's gonna show up, but I was like, what in the heck is that thing?
That's it, but I don't think that's
Oh,
the one you actually start with on the Asian side.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It looks like a Chinese dragon.
Yeah, that's what I said, with a
so
kangaroo
many
tail.
like
Pokemon.
that and a polar bear or something.
A
mixed together.
tauntaun, there you go.
It's a tauntaun wearing a dragon
The
mask.
dragon mask.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
I don't know how to react to this. I don't.
And I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Are those bells?
It
I don't know. Maybe.
does it have spikes in its head?
I think
Yeah,
so.
it looks like it's got
It's
bells.
like their horns were reversed.
That's it. We have
Yeah.
to play the Asian race.
No, Daywalk meets Tauntaun. Yeah, there you go.
I kind of wonder if it's more like Gremlin meets Tauntaun. Because whoa, man. Okay then. I'm gonna see this in my nightmares.
There
Okay.
we go. Yeah, there it is. For your nightmares.
Gosh.
It's definitely unique. Haven't seen one of those in a game before.
No, I have
Nope. Nope.
not.
Does it have little
Alright.
hands like a T-Rex? You know, little hand,
I don't know what the heck that
big
is.
head, little hand.
Still.
Oh, wow. All right, so back to the donkey.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
donkey's not impressive anymore.
Yes,
I
it
thought
is.
my donkey was very impressive,
the Ewok
man.
Tauntaun.
Hey, don't you knock Fluffy?
Hey, I got.
Fluffy is awesome.
I just got my donkey.
Yeah,
Can't
well,
wait to- I've
appreciate
been
it.
riding him now. I'm like, yeah, donkey.
I thought my donkey was very impressive, especially when I didn't have to walk anymore. That made life so much easier.
Very nice. Yes, I'm excited to carry my stone tonight.
But the
Are we
bad
carrying
thing is
stone
donkeys aren't
I'm gonna
two-person
do it.
mounts either.
What's
Is
that,
there
Deuce?
what?
I said the bad thing is donkeys aren't two-person mounts though. So
Ah, no. A horse for trade pack either. It's slower than walking. It's horrible, actually.
I haven't named my donkey yet. I don't know.
my donkey's name is Slim.
I just grew my donkey, so I don't know. Or it feels like you grow him because you have to be on the farm.
Barry, I named my donkey Donkey.
He really did too. It's funny.
You know what I named my horse? I named it Steed.
Steed? Oh, I thought you were going to say
Steve.
Steve. I was like,
Steve.
No, that would be creepy.
well, here comes Steel and Steve. Oh, who's Steve? That's his horse.
Steed. Just like I named my beginning horse Horse. I couldn't think of any decent names.
Steel is creative.
I named my elk reindeer just so that it has an identity crisis.
My fast
That's
mount's
actually-
name is Baby because nobody puts Baby in a corner.
Well, look, we're almost out of time, guys.
No, we're not. We still got mountain maintenance.
We'll go. We want people to actually watch this from beginning to end.
Well, I could sum up mount maintenance pretty fast. You can get armor for your mounts. Armor is good. Okay. And if they die, go get them healed. Go to a stable hand. It's going to cost you money. Sorry, sucks. And they level up. Make sure that you have them out when you're somewhere that they're not likely to die all the time, because otherwise you're losing money. Ta-da! Maintenance.
Ta-da.
Nothing more embarrassing when you summon your mount and it
falls.
and it falls oversized.
I didn't know that could happen, and then when I summoned my reindeer, I was like, why did it just lay down?
It's so sad. And they don't just like lay down. They're like, flop.
Especially when you're standing on the side of a hill and it just starts scooting down the hill with its legs up in the air.
Oh my
Pure
god.
physics, great.
Physics in this game are great.
Yes.
They are. They are.
Yes.
No doubt.
And it's only gonna get better, because we're only in
Yeah,
alpha.
it actually is. You know, there's so much. The continents aren't filled out yet, and I'm not even sure they're filled out in Korea yet. And then somebody said the plan is to have 7 continents total. I don't know where they got that or how true that is. So this game's gonna be unbelievably ginormous. There's rumors that eventually they're going to add the dwarf side or the dwarf race to the Nuian side and something else to the other side. Whether that's true or not,
or something like that for those.
yeah. Whether that's true or not, who knows? You know, we'll see. I'm certain that they're not going to leave it at 2 races apiece for the rest of time. So we'll definitely have more races in the future.
Yeah.
If anything, it gives them a way to make more money.
None of
Plus
us have
it's
seen the
fun.
whole world yet either, and we're like, it's gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much world, especially in the northern continent, that's grayed out still. You can't even get to.
Yeah, it's really going to be a big game. So, parting thoughts, Dash? Any parting thoughts?
This game is, well, when you think of a game, and you think of spending $150 on a game, and you look at this game, you go, why would anybody spend $150 on it? But you get in the game and you go, oh, I see.
Can't put it down.
You're doing stupid things like growing strawberries and cutting down bamboo, and you're like, I need to log back in. I need to cut down my bamboo. Or you're at work and you're thinking about, oh, my strawberries are ready. I better get those ready.
I hope they come out with an app for that.
I know. They should come out with a little app, or the like an iPad app or something, and you're like, oh, I could farm my stuff. It's just Farmville.
Yeah, pretty much on steroids.
Yeah.
Liette, parting thoughts.
Well, this is a word of advice because I had to learn this week. If you are on an airship and decide that you would like to take a shortcut and hop off of said airship and hop on your glider.
Splat.
No. I made it fine. I made it fine.
Didn't it?
For 3 minutes. I'm all up there. I'm like, I believe I can fly. And then the 3 minutes were up, and suddenly my character is plummeting to the ground. I'm going, I didn't hit R. I didn't do anything. And my character's like, splat.
The art of Halo.
8,754 damage later. And poor people at TeamSpeak had to explain to me, it only lasts 3 minutes, honey. And yeah, so word of advice, if you're going to hop off the airship, 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Start spiraling, man.
Oh, wow.
Spiral.
See, yeah, I missed that, because in EverQuest 2 was like the only game you could do the whole jump off the travel system thing, and I love that about EverQuest 2. Like, okay, we're here, jump, everybody. And
Yeah, that was great if you were a swashbuckler and didn't take that much falling damage.
Yeah.
Or a monk.
I don't know if anybody remembers Kingdom of Sky and you're trying to land on some of the islands.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Warrior
goodness.
and Guardian in full plate, drop like a freaking rock.
Yeah.
Deuce, parting thoughts.
Well, the trial system, I gotta speak on this a little bit because I saw justice served today. There was a guy who just
Sir.
well, it was true. He was one of those guys who turns purple and just slaughters needlessly the
600 or 770 hours. You have done some crime, no doubt about it. But we'll we'll get into that on one of the future casts because I'd really like to. I've been studying the jury system because I really enjoy sitting on the trials. Maybe it's a god complex, who knows? but I enjoy sitting on them. So I've been researching a little bit. It's pretty neat. But anyway, that's our cast for the night. Want to thank you for tuning in. Make sure this weekend Grievance has partnered with Rise Up Gaming, and together we are doing charity for Operation Supply Drop. If you don't know what Operation Supply Drop is, long story short, basically they get games and gaming systems to our troops overseas. It's a very worthy cause. You know, it lets them get that little taste of home, taste of gaming. It's good. It's a good cause. So make sure you tune in to Rise Up Gaming and Grievance, and make sure you support everybody who's streaming, because it is really a worthy cause to help our troops overseas. And this will be our second year participating in it, and it just keeps on getting better and better for the troops. So once again, Grievance can be found in many places. Obviously, you found us here. We'll be doing this every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, barring any unforeseen circumstances like lightning storms. And
I thought you said we will be barring. I was like, yes.
No, we'll be doing that the Tuesday in June. But we're getting together. You can also follow us on our Twitch at Grievance. It's at Grievance Gaming. Check us out on Facebook, World of Grievance. You can check out Dashivah where?
On Twitter, at Dashivah.
Yep. So y'all have a good night. We'll see you.